hope these people can help me with my computer. Oh.
A technician will be with you in 4 hours.
4 hours?
You can upgrade for just $5,000.
What?
The Universal Serial Config board should be set to ID 6.
I need that in plain English. Help.
Leo Laporte to call for help. May I help you?
Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. I know you. There you are. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Welcome to Call for Help. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's a whole new week and a whole new chance to learn about computers. I'm Leo Laporte, the host of the show. This is the show where we help you discover what this thing called the personal confuser can do in your life. And we commiserate a little bit, too, because I know these things are frustrating. They're nightmares. Even an expert sometimes go, I hate you. And you're probably with good reason. I hate you. But try not to take it out on the computer, folks. Watch the show. We're going to help you reconcile with your personal confuser and maybe learn a thing or two. Today, I want you to call me. 888-989-7879 is the phone number. That's the question you use. The number you use to call with a question or a comment, sometimes an answer. If Leo doesn't know the answer, call and tell me. Or if I get it wrong, call and tell me. It's a two-way street here. Now, if you're really shy and you don't want to call, you can always go the email route. I'm getting the email right now. We do it every 5 minutes during the show. So if you send me email now, I will get it before the show's over. Call for help at ZDTV.com. That's the email address. A good way, by the way, to supplement. If I say, gee, I don't know, there must be a website or something like that. Email me the answer. We'll get it on the air before the show's over. Finally, let me show you the fun place to be. Oh, everybody's a yellow dot today. I have to relaunch my browser. This happens sometimes in the chat room. It's our chat room where people can be. Oh, some of the avatars are coming in, but I'm a yellow dot. You can get a picture of your very own. Go to www.zdtv.com/call for help. Click on the interact button, and you'll get in the chat room. I'm going to leave for a second. I'm going to close it, restart it, to get rid of the yellow dots. Sometimes that happens. Today on Call for Help, goodbye CD, hello DVD. Yep, just as soon as you get the hang of your CD-ROM drive, it all changes like everything else in this digital age. The CD-ROM is being supplanted as technology marches on by the DVD. Our guest will give us a scoop on what DVD stands for, what it means, and what you can do with it, and why you may or may not want to replace your CD-ROM with a DVD-ROM. Plus, when is 56K not 56K? Well, for one thing, when you're comparing modem speeds to download speeds. Because they often measure one in bits and the other in bytes. And that, if you're not confused yet, you will be. I'm going to explain the difference between bits, bytes, megabits, and kilobits, and megabytes and megabits later on in the show, and I promise before the show is over you will understand all and you'll be able to explain it to your friends in ways that don't make them glaze over. But let's get to our first call of the day. From Toledo, Ohio, it's Terry. Hello, Terry.
Hi, Leo. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Very honored to meet you, sir.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. What can I do for you?
I am the proud owner of 6 PCs, one of them being a laptop.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I'm geeked out, huh?
You are a geek. You'll get the crown. Wait a minute, let me give him the crown. Do we have the crown here? No, we don't have the geek crown here.
Well, you know.
I'll tell you, this is the closest thing. Actually, here, this is a good geek crown. Here, I'll wear it for you while you answer the question. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, first of all, the laptop's a little too heavy to wear on my belt. So I was wondering if you could tell me the differences between the Windows CE devices, the Palm Pilot devices, which is better, the websites for software, all the good ins and outs.
So you are just in the market for a 7th computer? Is that what you're telling me?
Actually, I'm in I guess, yeah, I would be.
Yes, that's what you're telling me. 6 is not enough. You want a little light one to carry around.
Yeah, I'm a nursing student. It's kind of impractical to carry a laptop with me.
Got it. And what do you want to do with this little thing? Because really that's what informs what you buy, is what you want to do with it. So,
I think I'd like to keep schedules and keep myself organized, etc.
Yeah.
Have it on my waist at all times, kind of like a pager.
That's what I do with my Palm. I actually don't have it on my waist right now, but normally I'll keep it hooked to my belt. And that is a very geeky thing to do, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
People laugh at me. I walk around with my cell phone on one hip and my Palm on the other hip, and they just go, oh, what a geek. Maybe it's because my pants are usually halfway down with all the weight. Maybe that's it. Hey, stop! Hey! Don't get behind the counter, Gabe. So I like the Palm. Now, the Palm is a very simple device. It really is. It excels at address, calendar, to-do lists, and memos. But it's that's kind of what it does. There's a lot of third-party shareware. I mean, I have a little chess game for it, a card game, stuff like that. But really, it's a simplified device that's intended mainly for just those few things. Now, I personally think that's a good idea. Here's a Palm 3. This is an older Palm. I personally think that's a good idea. Oh, see, you hear the alarm? Sales meeting. This must be, who did we borrow this from? Radio. Oh, Jerry, you missed a lot of appointments. News meeting. Look, he hasn't turned this on all day. All right. But he's got his address book in there. He's got his calendar of all the things, and you see an alarm went off. He's got a to-do list. He's got memos. These are really great for that. But it's stripped down. It's simple. It's not a full computer, really, and that's what makes it small enough to put in your pocket or on your hip. Now, if you are going to be doing more, you said you're a student. Maybe you're going to be doing some writing, note-taking, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then you want something that has a keyboard. Notice this is missing a keyboard. You can enter text, but you have to do it kind of laboriously using the pen on this thing. And that really isn't a lot of fun. You know, you have to special handwriting. And I was just talking to somebody on Friday who actually wrote a 1,000-word article on his Palm Pilot, but you wouldn't normally want to do that.
Right.
So for that, you're looking for something with a keyboard. And that, I would say, takes you to a larger device like a WinCE device. We showed a bunch of them last week. I don't know if you got to see the show.
No, I had clinicals, unfortunately.
Hey, when do you graduate?
Actually, I'm done in May, but...
That's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
It's been the longest 6 years on a 2-year degree I've ever spent.
I've done that. I know how that I know how that feels. So look at the larger devices if you want to do more. I think, frankly, for this form factor and this size, there's nothing to beat the Palm. But it is limited. We wouldn't do note writing or things like that. And so that's where you want to look at something with a keyboard. A small notebook... even now they have 2-pound notebooks is also a good choice. That runs Windows 98. But the intermediate devices are a little less expensive. We're talking about the one I would pick, probably the HP Jornada, is about $700 right now. And I'm looking really closely at the new Scion. Scion made these kinds of devices for years, and they have a new little kind of intermediate device called the Series 7. It's about $1,000. It's expensive, $100, I think.
Okay.
All right. I'll tell you what they just told me, and this is good news. We did the story last week. We're going to put it up on our website. They just put a call into. This is one of the things that the web is great for. So if you want to see more about those devices, in a couple of minutes when we get it up here on the Call for Help webpage, you'll be able to click on that link, and we talk about all the different devices and what they're good for. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, good luck to you.
Thank you. Hey, Leo, I don't suppose I could get a autographed photo of you, could I?
Yes, you can.
Awesome.
Just, you know what, from now on, folks, just ask when you talk to the operator. We'll be glad to do it. All I need is your address. Hang on the line, and I'll get it for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for the call.
Bye-bye.
This is his geek helmet. Maybe we'll mail this out to him. Coming up next, do you know how many kilobits are in a megabyte? You will if you stick around. I'm going to explain bits, bytes, and why you need to know the difference when Call for Help continues. Oh. Welcome back to Call for Help. Leo Laporte here, and Al's next from Cowgill, Missouri. Hello, Al.
Hey, Leo, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you, sir?
Pretty good.
Good. What can I do for you?
My problem is that kilobyte and megabyte use the same symbol as
kilobit and megabit. Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that confusing?
Yeah, and I've been researching broadbands, looking to get one, and they've got all their cable modem speeds and everything.
Right.
And then I went and looked at I was looking at Internet 2 technology, and it's supposed to be phenomenally faster, and it lists its speeds, but they're about the same.
And there's no
average
standard for how to do all this. So, it's not like everybody agreed, we're going to all use megabits, and then you could compare apples to apples.
And so then I went to return and report, kind of, and I wasn't really sure what speeds I was having on each of these different technologies.
Well, we have prepared a report for you, and all will become clear now. Are you ready? A lot of this confusion, it doesn't even come from people who are studying these high-speed technologies. Your own computer can confuse you. I know this has happened probably to everybody, where when you log on, you dial in your internet connector and it says, your provider, and it says you're logged in at 38,000 bits per second or 40 kbps or whatever. And then, so you say, oh, good, I'm at 40 kbps. That's good. And then you start downloading, and Netscape says, oh, you're downloading at 5 kbps. And wait a minute, I was at 40. What happened to my 40? I'm at 5? And that is a common misconfusion, and it comes from, it starts there and it just gets worse. And I'm going to tell you the simple way to tell the difference, and it comes down to this. See what the... It's big B and little b, or if you ever done any cooking, big T and little t. When they abbreviate in the recipes, they use tablespoon as a big T, and teaspoon is a little t. In download speeds, big B is traditionally byte. Little b is traditionally bit.
Okay, I've never noticed that.
Yeah, and that, well, most people don't. And so when you log in and you get 40K little b per second, that's 40,000 bits per second, you're downloading, and then they start all of a sudden randomly using kilobytes per second. And if you think about it, there's 8 bits to a byte, right? So 40,000 kilobits per second equals 5 kilobytes per second, because it's 1/5. So that's where the confusion comes from. Now, let me step back a little bit farther for folks who want to know what a bit is and a byte is. And to do that, we need to I'm going to take it back to the dim, dark, dismal days of high school. Don't be afraid. We'll be out of there soon. I know. Everybody's going, oh, no, not me. Do you remember this, Al? You remember number bases, number systems?
Yeah.
Base 5, base 2, base 10, base 8.
Yeah,
we all work in
fun.
Well, this is I'll make it easy for you. We all work in a decimal or base 10 system because of 10 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the easiest way to see this is your abacus, because when you use the abacus to do math, this is the ones place, right? This is the tens, hundreds. They're powers of 10, thousands. It's a decimal system. Well, that's because we have 10 fingers. A computer doesn't use its fingers to count. A computer uses what it has, which is switches, on and off switches, transistors, which have 2 states, on or off. So it, in effect, if we all had 2 fingers, we would use base 2, right? 1, 2. So that's what a computer does. Now, I've done this before. I'm going to do it one more time again just so people understand. When I write a number like 10,256, remember this from school, that's the ones place, that's the tens place, that's the hundreds, that's the thousands, right? And that's the 10,000s. So that's 10,000, no hundreds, no 10,000, no 1,000s, 2 100s, 5 tens, and that makes 10,256. Well, to do it on a computer, it's going to take a lot more digits because we do bits. And so this is, on a computer, that's 1. If I'm going to write 2, I can't write the number 2. They don't have a number 2 on the computer. 2 is 10 in a computer. Oh, now everybody just went, oh, no, I'm confused. That's 3. 4 is 100. So this is actually, I should have really, if I were going to do this right, made that 1 over here. So this is the ones place, the twos place, the fours place, not the 1, 10, 100. It's powers of 2. So I say that to explain that we use bits in a computer, and now because just by historic accident, 8 bits, which is the smallest unit on a computer, equals, and we just made this up, 1 byte. And that's because it turns out a byte is about how many bits you need to represent the alphabet. So each byte is roughly 1 character if you were going to represent the alphabet. So 8 bits equals 1 byte, and that's the key to the whole thing, is you have to understand, and as long as I'm drawing, I'm going to say little b equals bits, big B equals bytes. So anytime you see something with big B's, all you have to do is divide by 8 to get little b's.
All righty.
Does that make sense? So when I write 40,000 B, little b per second, that equals 5, divided by 800, 500 big B's divided by 8. 5,000, I'm sorry. My math's not so good. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, now, here's to help you with your report. We've done a little graph for you. And what the most important thing is to use your brain, look for the little b and big B. People don't use this, it's sometimes hard to tell. So the best thing to do is understand the relative scale of all these things. And here's what we've done. We've made a chart for you with the relative speeds of some common computer devices. Let's start here with a modem, a 56K modem. Now, this is all in, see the capital B? Megabytes per second is 0.05 megabytes per second. A DSL or a cable modem, which is going to be, we're going to say it's roughly 2.4 megabits. That's 0.3 megabytes. Divide by 3, right?
Right.
USB, which is 12 megabits per second, we're going to say is 1.5 megabytes. And a hard drive, which is the fastest thing, they start at 5 megabytes and they go on up. So there's a relative, now you can see the relative scale of modem to DSL to USB to hard drive. And if you understand those relative scales, then all of this will start to make sense. We've done the chart on the website, too, so you don't have to memorize all this. If you go to the Call for Help website and you click on the link to this bits versus bytes thing, it'll explain it all. Does that help you a little bit in your report?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Big B and little b, that's the key. And Internet, too, is going to be orders of magnitude faster. So that, but you're not going to be able to get it for some time.
Right.
Hey, I thank you for the call.
Okay, thank you.
Take care. I'm glad we could help you out with that, Al. Got to take a break here, but first, I'm going to play the spoons. No, first test your tech knowledge in our daily quiz. Here's how this works. I'm not very good at this. If you know the answer, go to the Call for Help website at ZDTV.com. Click on the quiz. Yeah, I know. Keep my day job. And if you answer correctly, your name's going to be in a drawing to win a full year of classes of online learning at smartplanet.com. Here it is, the quiz of the day. Binary. What the heck is it? I just talked about it. Is it a benign virus, a variable bit rate, a numbering system, or a two-headed yellow bird? Like a canary, only it's a binary. Get to the website. Oh, that hurts. Give us your answer. We'll talk about binary a little bit later on as Call for Help continues. Here it is, the Call for Help website, and it's always got something absolutely free on it. We believe in freedom here at Call for Help. Just click on our free file of the day. It is one of our rights in this great nation of ours. Go to www.zdtv.com/call-for-help. The free file of the day today, kind of interesting actually, it's called Digital Postman. It allows you to use a scanner, any kind of scanner, black and white, gray, or color, and then after you scan it, it will automatically send it via email. So if you've been having trouble getting pictures to loved ones, Scan and Send really makes this a lot easier. It's Digital Postman, and it even saves it as an EXE file so that your loved ones don't even need a viewer to see the particular color. It is not going to work because we don't have a scanner, but it's a lot of fun. Our free file of the day at zdtv.com/call-for-help. By the way, we talk about this all the time. Actually, while we're doing this, let's check in with the chat room, see what they're talking about. I think they're talking about those geek bits and bytes and things like that we were talking about a second ago. I do want to mention, if you're going to use that program to send graphics to your friends and family, make sure you call them or email them ahead of time saying, I am going to send you an attachment that's an EXE. It's a graphic so you can open it. Because you know what we say, don't open executables. That's how viruses are spread. There they are in the chat room talking about geek stuff. www.zdtv.com/call-for-help. Click on Interact to get in there. Brent's on the line from Indianapolis, Indiana. Hello, Brent.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
Couldn't be better. What can I do for you?
Well, I got a question about 128-bit encryption with Microsoft Explorer 5.0.
Right.
We have mutual funds through Vanguard.
Right. And you want to be able to trade online, stuff like that.
Yeah, when we go out to that site, though, it comes back and it says that our browser isn't 128-bit compatible.
That's right. And if you look right here, I just went to the Microsoft Internet Explorer site, the newest version of Explorer, 56-bit encryption. That is because the United States of America does not allow companies to export strong encryption. The theory being, by the way, this is completely goofy. The theory being that terrorists and drug lords will get a hold of this encryption if we export it and then be able to communicate, and law enforcement officials won't be able to read their messages. Why is it goofy? Well, no, the premise is all right, but the goofy part is everywhere else in the world has 128-bit encryption. This is not a secret technology. So they're not hiding it from anybody. So all it's doing is making it more difficult for us. If you scroll down on that same page You see right here, for customers in the U.S. and Canada, you can download the high encryption 128-bit upgrade pack. So don't click that first link. Click the second link. And it can beef up your security with a 128-bit version. And actually what's nice about this is it's just a small download that will update you if you already have Internet Explorer. You do have to agree to an export notice. You do have to verify that you're a U.S. citizen. And this is the hardest one for some people. You have to qualify by connecting with a U.S. or Canadian Internet service provider. And they do check with something called reverse DNS. They look up who you're calling from and make sure they're the United States. Not all Internet service providers are properly configured to do that. So call your ISP if you have trouble with that. But it should be pretty straightforward. You just click that button, you fill out a little form, and you'll be able to get the high security version. And I highly recommend that you do that if you're going to be using online banking, online transactions of any kind. I'm going to do that right now, download the upgrade. It's a very small patch. It just take a little bit of time. And now look, I think it's going to say yes. It can't verify that I am in fact in the United States, so it won't let me do that because our Internet service provider is misconfigured. I hope yours is not.
Well, we're with Prodigy, so hopefully...
Oh, yeah, Prodigy will be fine. AOL, Prodigy, those are fine. It's mostly smaller ISPs. And in this case, the company that I work for, ZD, does business overseas. So, in fact, these servers aren't all located in the United States. Stick around, folks. We're not done. Today's news story and the Macworld Mac Tip of the Day more when Call for Help continues. Come on back. All right, welcome back to Call for Help. I'm Leo Laporte. This is the show where we answer your computer questions. We try to do it kind of in plain English, in a way that makes sense. Because my goal here, my sole goal is for you to go away from this show saying, I got it, I understand now. And you can turn somebody else on and say, let me explain it to you. Because you know what? The computer industry does a terrible job of making this stuff easy to use. They really do. It's not your fault. This stuff is nuts. If you've got a question or you want to help me, 888-989. Speaking of nuts, 888-989-7879 is the phone number. You can also join us in chat, and we're having a great time in there right now at www.zdtv.com/call4help. Click on Interact and join the folks in there because it's a lot of fun. This is the time of the show. We'd like to check in with our friends in the newsroom, see what's going on in the world around us. Victoria Racano's here with the latest. Hello, Vic.
Hey, Leo. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good.
Anything? I think there's something happened in the world today, but I can't remember what it was. What happened?
Well, here's a fun story for you in the world today. Your kids are pretty active, I'm sure, and they don't need any incentive to exercise. But Reebok has developed a new way to find out what it's like to be in their shoes. It has put a microchip in kids' sneakers to measure their activity. Melanie Whitfield explains why the new shoe promises to put your kids on the move.
Jump in the air. Jump high. All right, let's teach you guys. Oh, you can jump that high.
At the Arizona Science Center, Valley kids tried out Reebok's newest invention. It's called TrackStar.
And what you do is you press the button. Well, say I wanted to jump, right?
Yeah.
I press jump, I press that button right there, and it counts down for you.
This computer chip on top beeps as a child runs in place or jumps, assigning a score for how high or how fast. Reebok claims it will get your sedentary child moving.
It helps kids compete with each other and with themselves, and gets them outside the house, gets them running, gets them jumping.
But will it really?
Very nice, gentlemen, very nice.
We put the shoe to the test at this PE class at John Jacobs Elementary in Phoenix.
I'll do the jumping one. Silver 5. Bronze 6. Gold 6, I think.
The kids were impressed.
Yeah, it'd be cool to get. Kind of to show off at school.
Their teacher says that's about all it's good for.
I think it's a great aid. Anything we can do to motivate these kids, to challenge these kids. But, again, I come from the old school, and I don't think anything supplements exercise.
Coach Montoya concedes TrackStar could get your kids off the couch. But the small amount of activity required to make the computer chip react just isn't enough.
I think the most important thing, and I always tell our kids, it doesn't matter what kind of shoe you have, it's what's inside the shoe.
That
That was Melanie Whitfield reporting. You'll see the Trackstar shoe in stores next month. They cost about the same as other Reebok kids shoes, between $50 and $60. Leo?
I love those. I wish I could wear those myself.
They're pretty fun.
That's a great idea. Thank you, Victoria.
Thanks, Leo.
Take care. Victoria Ricano in the newsroom. You can catch her, of course, every day on the news and throughout the day on the ZDNN reports on ZDTV or on the website anytime you want at ZDTV.com. Time to get ready for our big Macworld Mac tip of the day. And today's tip, we're going to talk about optimizing your hard drive with a new file system from Apple. This all started with OS 8 here from Macworld Magazine, the lovely and talented Christina DeNike, hula dancer and guru, Mac guru.
Of the hard drive.
Of the hard drive. Guru. Now, this is a new file system that Apple put out.
It's actually a file system that started with System 8.1. But it does have a new feature with OS 9, which is that you can go up to 2 terabytes, a single 2 terabyte volume.
So for Windows users, it's kind of like the FAT16 and FAT32 upgrade, basically.
Yeah.
Microsoft Mac's operating system was called Hierarchical File System, or HFS. This is HFS.
This is HFS Plus. And in plain, better.
Okay.
Not pregnant.
That's right. I know what you're talking about. I had to think for a moment what she was talking about. So is that what the plus means?
Right, that's not what it means.
Okay.
But yeah, the layman's terms are extended, which is HFS Plus, versus standard, which is the regular HFS. And the problem with the regular HFS is that there are only a certain number of addresses.
Right.
So my example was you got a small town, you're living in Yountville, you got 1,000 addresses, that's fine. Right. Suddenly it's LA and there's still only 1,000 addresses. The houses are huge.
That's right.
You go to put one person in them and they're mansions.
That's a great analogy. That's exactly, okay.
So here's how you can tell if your drive is how it's formatted. You just get info on the drive. So you click once on the drive, and you get info.
Okay.
And here we see that we have a Mac OS standard.
How do we see that? Oh, right there.
Right there, format,
oh,
Mac
I see.
OS standard.
So we failed in life.
We didn't fail.
But should we upgrade?
We can change it. Well, if you have a drive that's over 4 gigabytes, it probably makes sense.
Because it'll be more efficient?
Especially if you're saving a lot of mail files, because those tend to be about 2K.
Okay.
And we know what that is, what a K is.
Yes, we do now. Kilobyte.
And so it ends up taking a lot more space than it needs to. But if you want to do this, you have to back up your whole hard drive, because you're going to initialize your drive and completely wipe it.
Apple does not make available a utility to do this in place. You have to reformat the hard drive to do that. And you do that with the hard disk utility?
Yeah, actually, I have that here. We can take a look at that.
It comes in the drive setup?
Drive setup, which is usually in utilities, although sometimes you're looking at
sometimes Apple Extras, okay.
And I have an external drive.
Now, you're not going to erase my hard drive here.
No, I'm not. One of the things I wanted to mention was that you can do this with things like your zip drive. But you're better off not doing it. You'll benefit a little bit. Well, and also you stop being compatible with anything before System 8.1, or if you're using it on a PC with Mac drive.
Very important to know.
So it's not worth it if you're doing smaller. Okay, so here we go. External, initialize, and then we're going to go to custom setup, and we have Mac OS, and then we could go to extended, standard, and then UFS, which is
the default is now extended, though.
Yes.
And everybody's going to be extended, and the new machines are all extended.
Yes,
if they have large
extended.
Great. Thank you. That's great to know.
You're welcome.
The new Mac file system, which has been out for a year, but we just found out about it. So we're just a little behind. Thank you, Christine. Coming up next, digital cameras are starting to send their film forefathers to the retirement home. But they haven't worked all the kinks out yet. No, by no means. For instance, how can you store all your photos when you're on the road traveling? What are you going to do? You're going to bring a computer with you? Well, we'll show you some storage options. A call for help continues. Stay right here. The lovely and talented Call for Help webpage. All right, maybe not as lovely and talented as Christina DeNike, but it's got a lot of stuff you can win on it. Look at this. Our weekly quiz. Every week, a brand new quiz to test your knowledge. In this case, we're going to talk about geek terms. What does LOL mean? Laughing out loogies? Lurking or laughing out loud? There it is. I'll give you a free answer. Click through all the quiz questions. You'll learn something. It's all about netiquette. And at the end, you'll get a chance to fill out a form to get in the drawing for the lovely Call for Help coverall. The one that says, where should I point it? There? The one that says it's not my fault on the front, and on the back has the fabulous Call for Help logo. www.zdtv.com/call for help. That's the place to go. Jim's on the line from West Pittston, Pennsylvania. Hello, Jim.
Hi, Leo.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I don't know why. It's a Monday, but I feel like it's a Friday.
That's for sure.
I just feel great. So what can I do for you?
Well, Leo, I bought a digital camera right before Christmas.
Great. How do you like it?
Oh, I love it.
Which kind did you get?
I bought a Kodak, a DC-290.
You are reading my mind. Those are great. That's my favorite one. That and the Nikon are just, I love them.
Yeah, I didn't know whether to buy the Nikon or not. I just like the feel of the 290 better.
I don't like that weird swivel thing on the Nikon. The 290 is just more like a regular camera and has a lot of nice features. The Kodak is very good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
The only thing that I didn't like about it is the picture cards that come with it.
Right, we were talking about that. What if you go to Europe, when you bring a regular camera, you just bring a bunch of film, or you can even buy more film.
Exactly.
But those picture cards that come with it are hundreds of dollars. You're not going to bring 10 of them with you.
Well, that or carry a PC with you.
Or you'd carry a laptop with you, right? And that is one of the big problems with all digital cameras is that they have limited storage space. Now, it's a lot. I mean, that one comes with an 8-megabyte flash card?
20.
20. So you can probably, at lower qualities, get hundreds and hundreds of pictures on there.
Right.
So that would be one solution, is just lower the picture quality to a point that you can stand it, but where you get enough pictures on there. How long are you going to be gone?
8 days.
Yeah, that's a lot. So that's one thing, is lower the picture quality. All right. Another choice would be to get more of those little flash things. That's not going to really be much of a solution, is it?
Well, they cost more than the camera.
They cost more than the camera. The other thing, I'm going to show you another solution that's too late for you, but for other people, this is why this camera is so popular, and you might have looked at it in the store, the Sony Mavica, because it uses floppy disks. So a lot of people like this solution because instead of using memory, it uses floppy disks. You just stick the disk in here, and the picture's recorded onto that. And then, of course, you could bring hundreds of these with you. They cost 50 cents or less, right? But you didn't buy that, did you? And you know what, Jim? You made the right choice. Because I don't like the quality of these is a little bit lower, and these are slow because they have to write the picture each time.
Right. That's what sold me was the resolution on the Kodak.
Exactly. I don't blame you. So I'm going to give you two reasonable solutions. Now that I've given you a bunch of unreasonable ones. One is, if you're traveling where there's internet cafes, you might see if they will let you offload pictures and email them to yourself.
Okay.
But the problem with that, of course, you're going to have to bring the software and install it, and they may or may not let you do that. This is the newest thing, and I think ultimately this is what's going to happen, is you're going to have a lot of solutions like this. This is basically a little hard drive you carry with you, and you offload that stuff into the hard drive. This actually is a really cool solution. It's only about $250. I know that's expensive. But here's what happens, okay? Let me show you. I've taken a bunch of pictures of my Olympus. I'm going to pull out. This is Smart Media. You have compact flash in yours, but it doesn't matter because this takes both. See, there's a compact flash slot, and here's the Smart Media slot. I slide it in there, and I can literally copy my data onto these little click things. Now, these are 40 megabytes each, but they're cheaper. They're only about $10 per disk. So you could buy $100 worth. That's 400 megabytes worth of pictures. You see?
Excellent.
Excellent, yes. And then, even better, when you get home, it has this little cradle. You pop this thing off. This is the adapter that lets you put the compact flash in there. You pop this thing off, and you put this is in this cradle, and you can hook that up to the PC and transfer, so you don't have to have one of these on your PC. Transfer the stuff over to your PC. So this is, I think, right now, the best solution for you. It is another $250. I'm sorry. But it is the cheapest by far and the most flexible.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. Now, I saw at Comdex, a company that's making a regular hard drive that just is a 30-gigabyte hard drive that you just put the cards in. And I think that will be a good solution when that is released. It's not out yet. And maybe it'll never come out. I don't know. They didn't have venture funding. It was kind of a small booth. Right now, iOmega's Click is a very, very good solution for people who want to do what you want to do.
Very good.
Okay, and $250. These are about $10 each, 40 megabytes per disc. It's kind of a neat idea. Thanks for the call, Jim.
Leo, thank you very much.
See? Yeah, you know, what we love is if you pose us a problem and we try to figure out how to solve it. I love that. Because then I have to go out and look and say, well, that is a good question. How do we solve that?
Well, I knew if anybody had an answer, to be you.
Thank you, Jim. Take care, okay?
Thanks, Leo.
Have a great trip.
Thank you.
Send me some pictures, will you?
I will.
Good. We'll show them on the air.
Take care.
You take care, too. We're going to take a break, but first I want you to test your tech knowledge in our daily quiz while I put my smart media back here. Here's how this works. If you know the answer, you go to the Call for Help website, you click on today's quiz, answer it right, your name's in the drawing to win a full year of classes at smartplanet.com, a great site for online learning. And the question of the day is, what is binary? Is it a benign virus, a variable bit rate, a numbering system, or a two-headed yellow bird? Binary. Get to the website, give us your answer. We'll talk about it in just 2 minutes when Call for Help continues. Welcome back to Call for Help. Before the break, we asked you, what is binary? And if you were watching, you know it's a numbering system, base 2 numbering system. C is the answer. That's the one that computers use because they only have, in effect, 2 fingers, on or off. So it's 1, 10, 11, 100, 101, 100, and on and on and on. I hope you got that right. If you did, congratulations. You're smart. And you're in the drawing for a year's subscription to smartplanet.com. By now, most of you have probably heard the term DVD. We talk about it all the time. Those are those shiny-looking discs. I got one right here. They look just like audio CDs. See that? But they play movies as well. They're also changing the way we use our computers, becoming very popular on computers. Here to tell us everything we could ever possibly want to know on the subject of DVDs, the author of the book DVD Demystified, and the creator of the DVD FAQ, the answers to frequently asked questions. He also maintains it and is now Microsoft's evangelist for DVD, thanks to writing this book. Jim Taylor, thank you for joining us. We didn't know you were at Microsoft when we called you. We just had read the FAQ, and we said, hey, this guy knows everything there is to know about DVD. How long have you been maintaining it? A couple of years?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago, DVD was really almost just a twinkle in the eye. Could you buy DVDs for the computer then?
Not back then.
Yeah. Now they're very popular. You told me before the show a statistic. How many DVD drives are out there?
There are about 30 million.
What?
DVDs.
Now these are in the PC.
Right.
Now I'm familiar with DVD. In fact, I have to tell you, I'll be, truth in lending here. I've been telling our audience, don't buy a DVD drive for your computer unless you want to sit and watch movies on your computer. And who wants to do that? Get one of those standalone DVD units that you put in the living room and you watch it on your TV. That makes sense. You tell me, why should I buy one of these for my computer?
You can do a lot more with it. There are about 100 movies out there today that if you watch them on a regular player, you see the movie, you put it in your PC, you get more.
They're enhanced for PCs.
Right.
Are there any, and this is the future, I mean, when they say, and people have been saying this, forget CDs, get DVD, that means eventually software will come on DVD. Is that true?
Yeah. We're starting to see that.
Starting?
Today. Yeah.
Not many titles.
No. So, encyclopedias, some games, a lot of the multimedia games that take 2 or 3 CDs go on to DVDs so you don't have to switch discs.
You were telling me the sequel to Missed Ribbon is on DVD.
Right. Yeah.
Encarta is on DVDs, things like that. How much more storage space on this than on a regular CD?
DVD uses up to 2 layers per side, and it can have 2 sides. So a single side, single layer is about 4.7 billion bytes.
That's the most common one, right?
Yeah.
4.7 gigabytes per side.
Right. So it's 7 times CD for a single side, single layer. It's 25 times the capacity of a CD if you use all 4 layers.
This is the 25th anniversary edition of Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon, and it does use both sides. There's a side A and a side B. The whole movie can fit on one side, though.
Right.
It's the special features that are on the other side. Now, we're looking right now at, we put a DVD drive in the computer. Against my better... But no, we decided we'd put one in. We did not put a decoder card in. But this is a software-based playback we've got right now. Sometimes when you get a kit, you'll get one of these cards. Is it better to get a card or not?
It depends. If you've got an older PC that you want to upgrade, then a card's the best way to go. If you have a faster PC, a Pentium 2 350 or a Mac G4, software is more flexible.
That's because the processor is fast enough to do the work of decoding this. It doesn't need the help of the card, right?
Right.
So let me say that again. A Pentium 2, 350 megahertz or better, or a G4 Mac.
Right.
Or otherwise get one of these cards. These cards have other advantages. For instance, they have video out so you could send it to a TV and things like that. So there are other advantages to having it.
Yeah, you can do that with some cards and software decoders depending on what graphics card and what audio card you have.
Now, we just stuck the matrix in. Now, if there's one DVD that's going to sell a lot of DVD drives on the computer and even in the in the living room, it's this, because a lot of people are wanting to see this movie. You said 1 million copies sold in the first 10 days?
In the first 2 weeks, yeah.
1 million copies.
Blew all the previous records right out of the water.
It's pretty amazing. Let's see some of the features. Let's see some of the things that make this unique on the PC. Now, if you're watching at home, you would just watch it as a movie, right? In fact, it would be full screen. It would look like this. And actually, we're not watching the movie yet still because we still have the menu on here. But this is something that's unique to the PC is these things. Let's take a look at some of the special features. Some of the things that we can do here. The Dream World. What's in here? Special effects? What?
Yeah, some of this stuff is available on home players. Some's only on computers. There's an interactive screenplay, behind-the-scenes information.
We're playing back in software, by the way, and this looks perfectly fine. This is what is this? A P? This is a Celeron 366.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not a high-end machine by any means, but it's fast enough to play this back. Now, here's one thing. I can right-click on this, and I can go different places. Let's just hop over to Chapter 10, because we're going to see on Chapter 10 one of the features. What does this little bunny mean?
It's a white rabbit.
What does that mean?
So you click on that, and it pops you out of the movie into behind-the-scenes information.
So some of the scenes, they have this white rabbit. It shows how they made the scene?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's really cool.
So you're watching the movie, you say, wow, I wonder how they did that.
Right.
Just pop out and check it out.
This is too disgusting. I'm skipping this. I want to go back. How do I get out of here? I just go back to menu, right?
Yeah.
Whoa, that chapter 16, tough, man. Let's see here. I went to chapter 15. Let's go to 16. This is one of the great special effects sequences in this. Have I crashed it? Why am I getting that? Oh, I must have stopped it. Oh, maybe it's... Well, there you go. It doesn't work. Now, how much does it cost nowadays for one of these DVD players in your computer?
If you're upgrading, you can get an upgrade kit for $100. If you're buying a new computer, typically it's only $20 or $30 more to get a DVD-ROM drive.
Wow. That's not a whole lot extra.
That's not much, and it's compatible with all your CDs.
But as yet, not a whole lot of software. Don't get it for software.
For some software.
Right.
If you want National Geographic databases, other things like that.
That's true. You can get every National Geographic in just a couple of these.
Right.
As opposed to like 27 CDs.
60 CDs.
Yeah, it's not outrageous.
5 DVDs, right?
Now, when they say replace CDs, they don't mean audio CDs, do they?
Eventually.
Really?
There's a DVD audio format that it's delayed right now, but it'll be out at the end of this year. And it'll take a while, but the day will come.
Are you telling me when Madonna releases her next album, she's going to have to put 400 tracks on it?
If she wants to.
Most artists don't have enough to fill a regular CD. They don't want 4.7 gigabytes, do they?
DVD audio gives you multi-channel audio. So you get 6 speakers, surround sound, and that takes up more space.
Got it. Let's also talk about recordables, because what I've been saying, and I'm going to tell you what the advice I've been giving. You tell me if I'm full of it, okay? I've been saying, unless you want to watch a movie on your computer, don't get one of these. Wait until you can get a recordable, because that's going to be the killer application. Because then not only can you watch the movies, then you can listen to the music, then you can use the software, and there isn't any software, but there will be by then maybe, but you could also fill this up. 4.7 gigabytes, I can back my whole hard drive up on this thing. When are we going to see recordables, though?
DVD RAM's out today. It's been out for a couple of years.
About $500 for a recorder?
Right.
Now, the problem with that is that those don't play back in other DVD players.
Right. You can play DVD-ROM discs in those drives, but the DVD-RAM discs won't work in other drives or players.
That's changing, though.
Yeah. The new DVD-ROMs that you can buy today, most of those will read DVD-RAM discs.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And how about these other formats? There's DVD-RW and DVD plus RW.
Plus RW. Neither of those are available today. They'll be more compatible than DVD-RAM is.
Right.
But they're not here yet.
And do we have any estimated time of arrival?
Dash RW will be out later this year.
Okay.
Plus RW is about a year away.
So am I full of it? Should people, when they get their next computer, get it? It's, I have to say, I'm thinking maybe they should get a DVD.
Yeah.
Why not?
$20 or $30, it's worth it.
Why not? All right.
If you want to play a movie, you can. If you want to buy DVD software, you got the drive.
I have to say, this is a lot of fun, and I think The Matrix might be the number one reason people are running out.
Convince you.
Yeah, either that or the Enter the Dragon 25th Anniversary Edition. Hey, I appreciate your they're coming by, Jim. Fascinating stuff. DVD is here. I don't know. I'm still a little on the fence about whether you want to rush out and upgrade, but you're right. If you're getting a new machine, you probably are going to want to buy one. To learn more about the DVD phenomenon and for a link to the Internet DVD frequently asked questions and their answers, be sure to check out Jim's article on our fabulous Call for Help website at ZDTV.com/call for help. Stick around. More of your toughest computer questions are just around the corner as Call for Help continues. Welcome back to Call for Help. Leo Laporte here. We're checking in right now with the Call for Help chatters, see what they're talking about today. And, of course, they're talking about DVD. A lot of interest in DVD. Somebody asked in the chat room about DivX. That was the kind of bad idea DVD format that allowed you to buy DivX movies for a few dollars, unlock them whenever you wanted to watch by paying a little bit extra. That died a horrible death. And no DivX players on the market anymore. Maybe you go to eBay and find one, but there's no need to. If you want to get in the chat room, I invite you to go to ZDTV.com/call for help. Great time to get in there and meet some nice people. Let's take a look at some of the email we're getting on the show today. It's always pouring in. JFH says, please answer at the end of the show, so I'll be glad to. What versions of Windows 95 works with USB, asked Josh. Only the very last one, and sometimes they call it version 2.1 or the OSR2 supplement. You need to have OSR2 with the USB supplement, okay? And frankly, it doesn't work all that well, so I don't recommend it unless that's the only way. If you want to run USB, I'd suggest upgrading to Windows 98. Mike says, I have a P2350 right on the edge of the speeds that Jim was talking about that came with DVD 4X, came with software but skipped and carried on. I put a decoder card in and improved playing movies great. So Mike's saying you might want to get a decoder card even with a P2350. One thing I thought was kind of interesting, I was asking Jim, he was saying that even some of the standalone DVD players lose sync with video and audio. That's not uncommon. It's not a PC problem only, as I thought it was. It's just sometimes that these aren't mastered very well. He says some DVDs will never keep sync, regardless of what you do. Hey, I thank you for the email. Thank you for the calls. I thank you for the questions. It's been great having you today. Coming up on the next Call for Help, we're going to search the skies for constellations and shooting stars, maybe even some little green men. All about astronomy resources online and on disk on tomorrow's show. If you're an amateur stargazer, the computer is a heaven-sent device. That's it for this edition of Call for Help. I'm Leo Laporte. I thank you so much for joining me. Remember, if this thing's driving you nuts, if you've got just a burning desire to find out more, all you got to do is call for help. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.